Witness this empty void that we call cyberspace, home to millions of users every second. It's a world very similar, if not identical, to our very own. A digital universe as infinite as space and time itself. A world of infinite possibilities. But what if I told you that there is a place on the internet where everything you create has a life of its very own? A life that mirrors your very existence. Imagine your digital footprint living the same life you do in this virtual world. This is a place that we call the internet. A wonderful world of creativity and knowledge, a place we visit every single day. A place where creative thoughts of anyone can live in harmony. Sounds like a wonderful world, right? But not all parts of this digital universe are perfect. In fact, most of this digital universe is quite dangerous. A place that is never recommended to anyone to visit. A place where darkness and chaos rule. A place where viruses rule this empty land. But some of them are different, who strive to be more than what they were created for. This is their story. Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm
Ashi.
And I'm
Chaos.
We need your help.
This video is a brief explanation of the audition process for our new audio sitcom, The Menacing Misadventures of Henry and Frost. This is a pretty big project and we're going to need as many helpers as we can get.
Now, down below, you'll find a Google Doc that goes into further detail about the audition process. We ask that you read it after watching this video.
For the project, we'll need voice actors, artists, and writers. We're also looking for a composer to create a theme song and any other background audio we may find necessary. If you'd rather pause the video here and read the Google Doc, go right ahead. Otherwise, feel free to stay around and continue watching. Before we go into the audition process, we need to emphasize a few things. This is a pretty big project, and we're going to need people who are committed in order to bring this project to life. That means turning things in on time, putting 100% into any of the work that you do, and attending meetings if necessary. We have a zero-tolerance policy for those who aren't committed to the project, so please, if you're auditioning for any slot, please have every intention of committing to the project, and staying on top of it.
We can easily accommodate those who have work, school, or more important events going on. We just ask that you let us know as far ahead in advance as possible. This way we can reschedule and take more stress off your end. Once your cast, be ready to get to work. We're hoping to have the pilot and the first episode coming out shortly after we cast all the rules for the auditioning. Are written in the Google Doc, so please make sure you read it.
Now let's get down to the good stuff. Let's start with the voice actors. We have a range of characters that we need voice actors for. We have a few that we've created ourselves. However, we are looking for some new side characters, and maybe even a few employees for the restaurant. If you have an OC that you'd like to potentially have as a character in the series, send us an email that includes a picture of the character, a bio about them, and a voice reel for them. As for characters we've created ourselves, we'll provide some dialogue and some voice clips to help narrow down what we want. Feel free to take your own take on the character. Who knows, we may like it more. For action purposes, we may need you to do screams, grunts, or moans if needed. On the topic of voice acting, if this is your first time ever voice acting, if you don't have much experience, or have great potential as one, we'll gladly provide coaching and lessons on voice acting. If you have trouble, don't hesitate to ask for help. Here are the requirements for voice acting any of the following characters. No laptop mics or poor quality microphones, unless you're able to clean up the audio and make it sound better. Pop control is a must. In the Google Doc, we've listed a few ways that you can reduce popping in the microphone. And finally, this is a somewhat mature sitcom, so we ask anyone who is auditioning to be
18 years or older.
due to language, some violence, and mild sexual hinting. This project will require a lot of trust in our cast, so if we find out that you're under the age, your lines will be scrapped and you'll be removed from the project. We'll have other projects in the future, So if you're not old enough to take part in this one now, feel free to stick around and audition for other projects in the future, or even roles in future seasons of the project.
Moving on to the artist for this project, we are looking for background artist and character artist to qualify. You will have to present 2 to 5 of your most recent creations. This includes either on paper or digital art. However, for this project, we are only looking for digital art, unless you can provide a very clear picture on paper that can be traced onto the screen. If you can only do background art, that is perfectly acceptable.
Finally, on to the writers. To audition as a writer, you'll need to share one writing project that you've worked on. No matter how long or short it is, anything helps. We're looking for people who can help write scripts and storylines for each episode. Any ideas for future episodes will also help. The requirements for being a writer are the following. Good organization is key. It helps the voice actors to understand what lines they need to read and how to properly read them. It's also asked that you have a good acknowledgement of grammar and punctuation. Any scripts that are not up to our grammar quality standards will be scrapped. So finally, writers will just need to have a basic grammar and punctuation acknowledgement and be organized.
To send your audition, please send it to the casting call list down in the description, or send it to the Gmail listed on the Gmail doc. And here on the screen, we can't analyze this is enough. Please be able to follow directions, and that is how we cast. The direction is, however, well, you can follow directions, so please, when sending your audition, please follow them correctly. Everything will be needed to know about naming your files, photos, or scripts are in the Google Doc below.
That about wraps it up. Thank you for those who tuned in to watch this video, and an even bigger thanks to those who are auditioning.
We wish you the best of luck, and both look forward to working with you in the future.
Have a good evening, everyone.